We're Jimmy and Mehryn here to guide your way. We're selling Microsoft Teams rooms, come along for the ride. With our friends by our side, we're taking it in stride. Join the team, join the fun, fastest updates under the sun. Selling high, selling low. Make your Teams room the star of the show. Team up and sell. It's time to excel. Selling Microsoft Teams rooms, we're gonna ring the bell. 10 minutes of updates packed with energy. Together we'll conquer, making Teams rooms the difference. Brand new day, got something to say. We're Jimmy and Mehryn here to guide your way.
All right, Mehryn. Somebody went a little bit nuts with the AI over the break, Mehryn.
That's amazing. That was my first time hearing that ever. I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea. That was awesome. Great job, Michelle.
Somebody went a little live, but we've also got a whole new screen. We've got a whole bunch of new things, but we have a new feature. You see the shortcut there, aka.ms SMTR 2024. Now, what will this do, Mehryn? This will allow people to actually come on the show with us. So if you want to be on camera and selling Microsoft Teams rooms, if you want something to actually do for these 10 minutes with us, go ahead, put in that into your browser, join us. If we see you on screen, we'll put you on camera. Mehryn, there's a whole bunch of things. Like we said, AI is here, but in the words of Agnes, Mehryn, AI is going to help banish bad meetings? That's fluffy, Mehryn. That's fluffy.
It's a fluffy article, but it's true. I mean, in some ways, hopefully. We all have bad meetings, but maybe they won't be as bad, I guess, with AI.
There's a lot of things that people think about AI is going to do and everything else. It's not really going to eliminate bad meetings, but does it help eliminate some of the bad meetings? Absolutely, 100% it does. We know things like intelligent recap. We know things that Copilot can actually create tasks and to-do lists and all of those things. So if you want to look, Microsoft has actually outlined some of the things that bad meetings that happen inside of bad meetings that we can help fix and we can help do. So that's a great one to sort of look at and a great blog post.
Right.
Also, we've got a whole bunch of new YouTube videos that are on there. But Mehryn, there's one specifically that I really, really like. Number one, the Experience AI and manage shared workspaces and device discoverability, but save time with low friction deployment in Teams rooms. We know 100%, we have heard from customers, we have heard from partners that it is sometimes more challenging to deploy Teams rooms than it should be. So if we go to the next slide, we're talking about a couple things to slow deploy for the faster deployment. Number one, Windows Autopilot is coming, Mehryn. Now, Autopilot is a technology that a lot of people inside of the AV community may not know about, but it's how people actually deploy laptops and desktops and things like that. This is not something that's a long-term goal. This is something that's actually in preview right now with many of our users. Many of our customers are actually in a preview program right now for Autopilot. I'm excited to see this come, Mehryn.
Yeah, and you were saying, I mean, I think out of our audience, we'll probably have about 50% that it's brand new for them, 50% that are familiar. So if this is something that's brand new to you, this is the time to go ahead and learn. But Autopilot is something that definitely will make your lives easier. Props to the engineering team for all the work that they've done over the past year to really focus on low friction deployment. I think this, as well as Onetime passcode, which I know we're going to get into, are two really significant announcements that came out of Ignite at the end of last year that are really an area that we want all of our partner community to focus in on and understand pretty well.
Yeah, in addition to Autopilot, like you said, is Onetime passcode, and you don't have to wait for Onetime passcode. Onetime passcode is here. Now, this is the idea that when you go ahead and you have a resource account, you no longer have to give that resource account and a password to an integrator to put in. You create a one-time passcode. So you can see here on this slide with this is the Microsoft Teams Rooms on Windows side. And if you go to the front page of the Microsoft Teams Room Pro portal, all of this documentation is there for you. 100%, this makes it easier. Now that one-time passcode allows somebody to actually put in the passcode and then it's no longer valid. So it's a one-time use that people can do it. Again, gaining that security. Mehryn, you said it before. It's all about that zero trust. And if we never have to give a password, it's great. Now, one thing that Michelle, myself, and others have actually run into, when you do enable the one-time passcode, it changes your password. So know that you're going to change your passcode if you're doing this on existing Teams rooms. That's just a little tech tip from Jimmy for the Friday session, Mehryn. Yeah, tech tip. All right. And also, Mehryn, while we were away, what's new with Teams in December? They don't stop. I think there were 50 things inside of this blog post, but from Teams rooms and everything else, a whole bunch of new devices, Teams and Rooms licenses in the device store, a Surface Hub as a Teams room device. There's a whole bunch of new things. And again, in December, there was no stopping. And we weren't here to cover it, Mehryn.
No, so there's a lot to catch up on, and I think there's a lot coming in January as well. Going into ISE, I think there's a lot coming from our partner community. I think I always love ISE for that fact. It's like we're kicking off the year in a really energetic way with lots of new exciting announcements. So stay tuned. I think January announcements will be out very, very soon, and I think that usually comes out around next week. So gave ourselves some time to prepare.
And how do we get through a Microsoft session without talking about Copilot, Mehryn?
Copilot, as you love to say. One thing I wanted to make sure everyone knew, intelligent recap is the ability to, know who said what in a meeting, take notes, suggest action items, all by knowing who said what, basically. And this is a really big selling feature for Teams rooms because you have to have intelligent AV at the room that's capable of doing that. Just wanted to make sure you knew that originally that feature was only available in Teams Premium. It is now available as part of Copilot. So if you have a customer that now M365 Copilot is available to anyone, inclusive of SMB, if they go ahead and buy an individual license for Copilot, they will have that capability for intelligent meeting recap. So important selling point, make sure everybody knows about that.
Awesome to see it, Mehryn. Also, our friend, my documented best friend, Ilya Booksteam. Ilya did a video and explored everything about Teams Phone, Teams Rooms, and Teams Premium. A great video to sort of go look at. He's got a lot of little nuggets in there as well.
Love it.
Now, as far as the roadmap, yes, we're going to get roadmap stuff and everything else. One thing that I looked at the roadmap this week, Mehryn, we talked about what's new in December and you talked about what's new in January, but look at what's coming out in the next few months. Now, these are documented things that are actually on the roadmap. Remember, things like Autopilot and things like that, they haven't made the roadmap. So there's going to be more to this, but just pointing out what's on the public roadmap to come in the next few months. I hope everybody's excited because these features are coming to devices that we've been installing for 2, 3, 4, 5 years at this point. All of these features are on those devices, and it's great to see that we're able to actually roll these out.
Yeah, I think a big moment for us, just FYI, is when we get into Enterprise Connect timeframe, March, we'll see a lot land there as well. So a lot landing next week as part of around ISE with the devices. And then from a team standpoint, a lot will land early March with Enterprise Connect.
Yeah, and we've got the content camera coming to the new Teams desktop. Now, we talk about classic Teams and we talk about new Teams. All of us at Microsoft, we're on new Teams. I know some people are still on that classic Teams, so they already had the content camera. But new Teams is actually getting that content camera as well. So that's on the roadmap and on the public side. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about what's upcoming. Mehryn, there's nothing bigger than ISE right now. ISE is on everybody's mind. Myself, Michelle, you, 100 Microsoft people, I think I heard you say or something like that.
The most we've ever had. I don't have a full count, but by the day, the count of Microsoft people is adding. So I think we'll have the most people that we've ever had, a large contingency from our engineering and our sales teams from all across the globe. We're going to have Team Asia joining us, as well as Mike Murphy from Canada. So we'll have global representation. I think it's the first time the majority of our team will get to see each other in person in a very long time. So
I think we should name ourselves the Conquistadors. We're invading Barcelona, Mehryn. We're on our way. But not only will there be things in person for us to go come up and say hi to us, but we're also doing some sessions. We're doing one with Sandhya, one with Greg, and one with Ilya and Caroline. Myself and Michelle will actually be live at the booth during these times to do these, but we're going to stream them online as well. Great to see that we've actually got the incorporation of in-person and remote to all of the things that we're doing at ISE. Now, there are some things that are exclusive to the in-person side, so make sure to come by the booth. I want everybody who has their badge, Mehryn, who has their sales or technical badge, to come to the booth. Guess what, Mehryn? We got pins for everybody. Come by the booth, show us that you have your badge, get your LinkedIn ready, show us that you've actually achieved the badge, and we'll hand you a pin. And that pin gets you some extra special things, Mehryn.
Yeah, we won't get into details just yet, but I know our OEM community will be looking out for those pins. So there might be some special opportunities from some of our hardware manufacturers. If you're showcasing that badge or pin, you might be able to get something special. So just keep that in mind. If you haven't posted your badge to LinkedIn, just to make it a little easier to show that you've gotten it, go ahead and do so.
Yeah, and before that, on Monday, Mehryn, Michelle and I actually have a special interview with Juan Rivera, the Vice President of Teams Engineering. We're going to get into Teams. We're going to ask him what his favorite new feature is, what he sees on the roadmap, a whole bunch of different things. And it's going to be a really special episode. I hope everybody comes in and joins us for that one as well.
Definitely. Well, glad to be back, Jimmy. It's been a ride, right?
New Year. We are back for the new year. I'm so glad to see so many names inside of the comments that are familiar to us. Please tell your friends, please tell your family all about selling Microsoft Teams rooms. Let's help grow this. We got a new background. We got new music. And with that, Michelle, go ahead and run the new outro. We're out of here, Mehryn. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. You make it all worthwhile. You make me feel alive. I appreciate your support. It means the world to me.